Yeah, the lasers for Barely Alive were very underwhelming.
The merch, when they do it well, it is another form of their artistry, because their artistry is coming through in the music that they make. Their artistry is coming through in the production that they create with their team.
Hairitage from Tahoe Live.
And he was so good. The guy's like this, and then the other guy was like rubbing his nipples, and I'm like, what the hell is going on right now?
If I'm gonna do drugs at a show, I'm gonna be discreet. Or if I'm gonna drink at a show, I'm gonna be discreet. If under 21.
Bug police has to sneak in to be able to get in, and they provide testing and they provide education. And how many people does that save?
On today's episode of After the Afters, we are talking about Barely Alive's Overdrive tour with Hairitage. Make sure to go follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Subscribe on YouTube. Check out our merch on our website, groundscorz.myshopify.com. Enjoy this episode. So why do crystals have different powers?
Different frequencies? Why do you and I have different frequencies? We're made up of different things. Each stone or crystal is made in a different way, from different elements or different processes. They're like density or hardness is different. They're not all the same.
And then everything holds energy.
Yeah, and it just is it like proves that everything is alive.
Yeah.
Okay, are we starting or what are we doing?
We already started.
You didn't even give an intro.
Yeah. Who needs that? The best podcast.
That's how she feels.
You just start.
That's how she feels about that. Okay, well then let's start. Let's talk. Let's talk. Give me the good.
The good?
The good. Not just the good. The good.
Yeah. I got it for you. It's right here. It's in my pocket. Oh.
I thought you were going to flip me off.
Yeah. Where is it? Here's the good.
All right. So who did we see?
We went to a OC show at the Observatory, mainly because Hairitage was playing.
That is the only reason. Only reason why we went.
It was Barely Alive's Overdrive tour. But we saw that Hairitage was what would you call it, main support?
Yeah, because we didn't really know who was going to be the openers. And it was Neotech, which yesterday I was in the car and her song comes on. And I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. It's Sippy and Neotech.
Really?
Yeah, and I have it saved in my library. I was like, I didn't even realize that I have music by him in there. And it was really good compared. I was like, why did he not sound like this?
He played tracks that I liked.
Yeah.
He had some cool tracks that I've never heard.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that I want to find that London Bridge Black Eyed Peas remix he made. I don't know if he made it.
That one was good.
Yeah, he played it for a short bit, but I was like...
Yeah, that one was really good. It was a rhythm, right?
It was kind of slowed down, but like really bass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some sick tracks. Yeah, both openers. The first guy was Edison Cole.
Edison Cole?
Edison Cole.
Why did I think it was Cole Edison?
I don't know. You think that's his name? Or maybe he was like
He likes light bulbs.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe a light bulb just popped in his head. He's like, oh.
My name's Cole, but there's a light bulb. Edison Cole.
I liked his energy.
Yeah.
His set. He was pretty locked in. Like I said, if I was at a music festival and I walked up to him playing, I probably would keep looking for other stuff. But for that show, I was happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
The energy was good.
Yeah.
It just kind of made me think of like when we saw Enzo's show, like the energy from Bluka
Mm-hmm.
was not like that. So different artists, how they just the energy they present on stage.
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah.
Which is, it's nice though, because you could feel it. Like, there was, I mean, we got there somewhat early-ish, so we could get a good spot. And I don't know, for between the first two, I could feel the first one more than I could feel the second one. The first one, it was like, it was good. I was feeling it. Like, you could feel the good from him. The second one, it just felt like, it felt like a little empty at first, and it felt like he warmed up into, like, to then you kind of started feeling it a little bit. But there was a lot more hype for the first guy than there was, I feel like, for the second guy.
What, from the crowd?
Yeah. Which, really, yeah, I have that song stuck in my library, but, like, I've never heard of either one of those people. But the crowd was, I even saw this girl, she had, like, a perler on that was, like, Neotech.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm like, I've never heard of these people.
I know, and this gal's, like, the biggest Neotech fan.
Yeah. So maybe it's just because the genre and Barely Alive is, like, mainstream EDM, that the dubstep that doesn't allow for much outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like a typical, if you listen to like this and you're not really expanding your horizons within music. But I don't know. I've never heard of them. But they had a good crowd in the beginning. Really good.
I think he was. I genuinely think he was surprised that there was that many people for his set, the first opener.
Well, to be fair, it was an 18 and over show.
Mm-hmm.
And how often do we have shows close to us like that? I mean, that was what, like a 15-minute drive?
Yeah.
Like, if that, it's not that bad. And also, how many shows like that close to us for 18?
Yeah, because the
majority of that crowd, they were all babies.
Yeah.
I saw in the crowd, like, here or there was, like, older people, and they were further back, in the back, away from all the young ones, which I don't blame them, because, like, kids who are just freshly 18 are obnoxious, but if I was 18 and I have the opportunity to go to something like that, I'd be there from the beginning, because I'm gonna take every bit of opportunity to get as much of that in as possible.
Yeah, I didn't have anything local growing up.
I didn't even know any of this stuff existed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until like 2021.
Mm-hmm. It's so crazy.
Right? Isn't that so crazy? 2021, I went to my first show, Zed's Dead.
That's a great choice.
I know. So good.
To be introduced into this culture. You
had
stepped
no
foot into
clue
a different
what I was getting into.
You stepped foot into a different dimension.
Yeah. And I had never even heard any music like that. It was a week prior. And I got asked if I wanted to go, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was like a week prior, and I'm like, Zed's Dead, who's that?
Oh my god.
Like, I'm not even kidding you. I had no clue who Zed's Dead was. And then I heard a song, and I was like, oh yeah, I like this. This is good. And then for that whole week, I listened to Zed's Dead. And like one of the Eyes on Fire, had no clue.
Yeah.
No clue. And I was like, oh, I love that song. But yeah, I had 1 week of finding out, listening to their music, and then going.
I wonder what it would have been like if someone was like, I'm going to Barely Alive, and you listened to that, and what your reaction would have been before going to, if it was a Barely Alive show and you listened to it. Would you have still gone? Would you have been like, oh, this is interesting?
Probably, because at that point in time, I was like a baby in the EDM world, and it was all this, like, it was so fresh and so new. A lot of the artists that I listened to, like, so the first show, it was 100 drums, and I want to say Boogie T. Was it Boogie T? Or it was someone like Boogie T. ZZ, and then someone else.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the first show was...
So 100 drums, was that your first show?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. And she wasn't that big.
No.
She was small, and she was like an opener. So, like, not a lot of people there kind of thing. Now, she's, like, headlines things. But, at that time, I was listening to a lot of, like, Excision. That's, like, after that, I went and like, Seven Lions. Like, the melodic dubstep, the heavy dubstep, like, Sudden Death, like, that kind of stuff. So, like, Barely Alive would have been right up my alley.
Okay.
Now, having more of a vast variety of music that I listen to, least likely to go to. If Barely Alive didn't have Hairitage, I probably would have said no. I don't want to go.
Well,
I'm not saying that it's off. Like, he was at Apocalypse, he was good. That was the only time that I've seen him that he was actually decent. The other times, I'm like, all right, let's go.
All right.
Kind of thing.
That's interesting because I never had shown interest in his music or anything. I'm just like, oh, here we go, another Helmet DJ. And then
yeah.
And then we walked up to his set at Apocalypse, and we hung out for a bit, and I was like, oh, this is not bad.
Yeah, Apocalypse was different. His set was different.
So,
but we also saw the end of it too. We didn't see like the first part.
Yeah. So if I hadn't seen that, I would have probably been like, I don't really care if we go. But yeah. I know how much you hyped up Hairitage from Tahoe Live.
And he was so good.
Yeah. He definitely... he's definitely still like very heavy. He was playing heavy stuff like the other artists that opened, but it kind of was more, it hit different.
It's his flavor of it.
Yeah.
When I saw him at Tahoe Live, he wasn't like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like he played like, the nice thing that I like about him is that he played to his style, but also at the same time to the crowd. So, like, this show was different. This show was more rhythm. This show was heavier. Whereas Tahoe Live, he played more, like, the wubby, bassy. Like, because, like, that was the same night, I think, Zen Selecta played.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, like, that experimental bass. A lot of the artists that weekend was experimental bass. And so he played more towards that, but still his style. Because I think he played the same night as Peekaboo. And it was like a perfect transition from him to Peekaboo.
Yeah, I could see that. Because I was watching those videos days before this show and of him at Red Rocks. And it was a little different.
Yeah.
The videos from Red Rocks were different than... But that was also, I'm pretty sure, at Wakan Rocks.
Yeah. I feel like he's an artist that has the ability to, like, he's like a chameleon.
Uh-huh.
Like, he's able to keep his own flavor, but he's able to play to what crowd he's in and do it well.
I could see that.
Some artists, I feel like, don't do it well. Like, Illenium, I love Illenium, but, like, when he plays his music to certain crowds, it doesn't get felt the same.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, if Hairitage is on the Barely Alive tour, maybe he's playing more to that
yeah,
crowd.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. You want, I mean, you obviously want art, you want to have the following and you want to play what is you. I don't know. I think he's a underrated artist for sure.
Yeah.
And his mixing too, like his songs, how he mix it would be like three different songs just boom boom boom, but the way he mixed them was so smooth and so good
Yeah.
that it wasn't like you weren't feeling like you were just abrupt within the song, switching from one to the other to the other.
Yeah, I didn't really feel like he had any weird transitions, and it was very a smooth set overall, and
Yeah.
lots of variety.
Yeah. I'm learning that I like the artists that mix the music with the multiple songs, similar to how Pretty Lights goes from like little samples of songs
Yeah.
within one song, and he's like, here's one sample and here's another sample and another sample and another sample. I'm finding that I like artists that do that really well.
Yeah, because they're kind of like live performing. They're adding in different types of music. Where
Yeah.
Pretty Lights, he's mixing on Ableton Live.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's different
Yeah.
the way he does it, but I'm saying in the style that he does, since going and seeing that live, now I really enjoy that when an artist is able to do that. Because there was someone that we've seen recently also that did that, and I feel like they did it really well as well. I don't remember who it was, but
No Good.
maybe it was No Good.
Someone like that.
Maybe. No, I don't think it was No Good. Maybe it was Super Task.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Super Task had some songs that he played where it would have like a small sample here, but it was like very short and very little. So if you're not really paying attention, you wouldn't catch it. It would be just like a 5-second snippet of something into the song, but it just like completed it.
Yeah, I like how artists will just mix in samples. It's not like a whole remix, but
Yeah.
it's fitting for how it blends in with what they're playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
then the first two openers, we were getting fucking techno.
it was like
beats.
a mix of techno into it, which was, I mean, they did it well.
It's like hard style techno and stuff.
Only one person mixed in the hard style, and you can tell because one, the BPM goes up, but also it's the hard style. It's like a kick drum, though, like, or maybe it's like is it a kick drum or like a cowbell? It's like dong 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 dong. It might be a cowbell.
More cowbell.
More cowbell.
No, I mean that Edison Cole, if it was because he said he was playing a new track and it went through like 3 different genres, so I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if that's the whole track. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Some good artistry.
I was like never into that sort of music, the techno-y stuff, but I've found over the years, like with drum and bass and techno and the tech house stuff, I just find myself like in this very like flowy trance.
Well, if you can use it to your advantage, if you can utilize your breath work and finding a rhythm within your body and the breath work to the beat of the techno, it's super freeing.
I could see that.
Yeah, but you have to find the rhythm between the two.
Because I could see people at the show that night when it would come on not be into it. Like the guys
Yeah.
on the first opener, it's 9 o'clock and they're freaking headbanging on the rail.
Hey, I mean, that's just how it be sometimes. It's you got to get all that angst out. And it is kind of invigorating too when you're on like have you never been that person?
When I was like 20, 21, and then I like would wake up with my neck would be so fucked.
Well, yeah, because you're like using majority of your neck. If you're using your body, you're not hurting your neck as much. And so you're like, over and over again. It's I don't know, it's exhilarating.
Yeah, I mean,
You're feeding off the energy of what you're given and producing, and
but yeah, I like the spot we were at. For people who haven't been to the Observatory in Orange County, it's nice. They have the pit, which is the lowest part, and then where we were at, we were the next level up, and then there's two more like that. It just tiered.
yeah, there's boom, boom, boom. There's two more, and then there's a balcony, but they don't. I don't think they had the balcony open this time.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't really
It was
see
for
many
GA.
people.
I know a lot of people weren't. I don't think it sold a lot of tickets, or people weren't up there.
No, I don't think
Down.
people were up there. I think because the majority of the crowd was definitely between the ages of 18 and 21.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely younger. And most of the time I noticed that the younger kids want to be up front, down low, like just in it.
Yeah.
So you're less likely to see them up top because typically it's like the older people who are sitting up there because they're like, yeah, I could sit down up here and get a good view.
Yeah, it was nice. It was cool that, well, they put all their tables up there because most shows that it's private tables.
Yeah, that's why I thought that no one was up there.
But it was open for GA today or that night, so people could. But they like put the tables so people weren't just like piled up on the rail. Yeah. But you could still sit up there, which was cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that, or else I would have maybe been down to go sit.
Yeah.
A little bit, but then also, then we would have lost our spot, and we did have a pretty good spot.
Yeah, and we had to freaking watch it whenever one of us left.
Yeah, they were like vultures. You go to the bathroom, and then I had to like dance all big and crazy. And like the girl that stepped on, like the two girls that they came up because they were gonna try and claim your spot as you walked away, and they step on my foot, and I just like look at them, and I didn't even have to say shit. I just looked at them and was like, they looked like they were 18, like not even 18. They looked like they were in high school. And I just like looked at them, and I in my head I thought of like when I look at the kids and they're in trouble, and you give them that mom look, and you're like, don't even, like don't. I didn't even have to say shit, and they like backed up.
That's hilarious.
The other girl on the other side of me should have picked up on that, but she was so obnoxious.
She was trying to send like bad bitch energy, but she's not.
Oh, I know. I could feel it. I could feel the like. I could feel the dislike from her so much.
It was weird because she seemed really mellow at the beat when she first got there.
No way.
Behind us. When I like would look behind and like kind of like saw her, and I was like, she just kind of seemed like.
She was encroaching on my energy all night long.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even when she was behind me, I could feel her without even looking at her. And then she would come up next to me, and she kept bumping me, and then I kind of had to like turn because she kept trying to get in front of me. Because what happens is they try to stand in front of you, so then their friends can come and stand in front of you because they're next to them, and then you're pushed out of your spot. And I'm like, no, I'm keeping my spot. So then she would start headbanging. Her hair hit me so many times because she'd just be like, poof. And there's a couple times that she headbutted me. Like, her head came back and hit me, and I was just like, and a thought came into my head. I was listening to something the other day, this podcast, talking about the stuff that you don't want to happen, because where energy goes, energy flows.
Where attention goes.
Right? Or where attention goes, energy flows. So I thought to myself, okay, if I'm focusing on the fact that this bitch is not giving me space, and she just keeps whipping me with her hair, she keeps hitting me with her head, she keeps stepping on me, if I keep focusing on that, she's just going to keep doing it more.
Yeah.
And so like changing that thought process within myself, and then I just like visualized this like energetic wall between me and her stupid little boyfriend that kept, I swear to God, he stepped on me every 5 minutes, and he'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then he would do it again because he was just so fucked up. They were just obnoxious. So I imagined this wall between us, and then I like imagined pushing that wall away. And when I did, he started to get further away, but she like resisted it and then finally went away. But like there was times I looked over and she's just doing her thing and he comes up behind her and shoves her head down. Like you know, like yeah, like that. And just shoves her head down and then just walks away. And I thought to myself, I swear to God, if you ever came up and did that to me, I would turn around and be like, what the fuck? Not okay. Wild.
I felt like they were almost giving this energy like they were trying to be annoying, and then what he's saying, oh, I'm sorry, but it's like you're not actually sorry. You're just trying to get me to get so annoyed that I will leave.
Yeah, 100%. Because the couple that we stood next to when we first got there, and you give him a sticker, and he was like, oh, I just saw, it was before the Soul of a King comment. He said something else. He had seen, oh no, maybe he was like, I'm so excited to see Hairitage. And I was like, oh yeah, have you seen him before? And he's like, no, I haven't. And I was like, oh, he's really good. He's like, yeah, I just seen Soul of a King. And that's when I didn't say anything. Because I'm not going to sit and be like, oh yeah, so great. Because my opinion on it is way different.
Mm-hmm.
And then all night, and he was weird. Like, they were sitting there, like, touching each other's man titties and, like, being weird with each other.
The bros?
Yeah, the bros. There was some weird shit going on next to us. Like, I looked over, and the one guy, the kid with the shirt off, was like, with the fat guy that we talked to in the beginning.
Interesting.
And the guy's like this. And then the other guy was, like, rubbing his nipples, and I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? Like, this is fucking weird.
Man, I want what they're having.
Right? And so the bigger guy, every time I look over, he gave me the meanest fucking look every single time.
Really?
Yeah. Like, just not the night, and the energy that came from it was like, no, you go that way. But they were very obnoxious. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's to expect? It's an 18 and over show.
They're having some sort of like bro union.
There was a point where there was like 5 dudes in a circle, and they're all doing that shit, and they're all touching each other's man boobs, and it's like, and the one guy, like, as they're doing this, the one guy's like, yeah, whoa, and I'm like, what in the world? It's all love, I guess.
Yeah.
It's all love.
I don't even know what to say.
And their women are just ignoring them. Like, their women are, like, standing in front having a good time, not being weird.
Yeah.
But the guys, it's like, I don't know. Maybe they can't let go in their normal lives, and this is where they let go all their gayness. Like, you know, is during this time. Because it's acceptable. It's, you know, everyone love each other.
I love it.
I don't know.
That's amazing.
But that the crowd was actually surprisingly not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because when you said it's 18 and over, I'm like preparing for like when we go to exchange and the crowds are awful.
Yeah, well, a lot of the young people I saw there were just kind of like standing there like, where am I? What do I do here? Like they've never experienced anything like that, and it was like their first time.
Yeah, you could tell who was young.
Yeah.
And who had been to a show before, or who had like was older and had like experience at being at a show like that.
Well, you could also tell because they were getting fucking busted.
Yeah. Like
I saw, as soon as we stood up at our spot, I saw the black security guy up against the wall.
Oh yeah,
and he kind of blended in.
Yeah, how funny is that he's black and he's blending into the black wall with his black clothing. But he didn't open his mouth once, because if he opened his mouth,
then they know he's there.
they would have known he was there. There was even a girl that, because that walkway that in the front, there was a girl that goes and walks by, didn't even see him. Because he just, like, poof, appeared out of nowhere. Poof. But she was already walking past the point of view where, like, she didn't even know he was there.
Yeah, it made me wonder, like, is he there so that you can't really see him, and then he's, like, just shines his flashlight? Because did you notice, like, when he was when he first went into the pit to talk to this girl?
Yeah.
I was, like, I'm, like, trying to not be, like, so, like, what's going on, like, fixated on it, but I can't help it. And he went up and talked to this, she looked, 18.
I'm pretty sure it's because she was drinking someone's drink.
Okay.
And obviously, if you're not 21, you shouldn't be drinking alcohol. And so...
Yeah, I think older guy, because he talked to her, and then he talked to this black dude who was older, and then another dude, and I think that it was because, they were probably sharing.
Yeah, because she was like, I saw her, she was like, no, I'm not. I don't know.
It's like, dude, when I was that age, I never got busted for anything like that.
If you knew you're not supposed to be doing it, then why are you doing it out in the open? Just like those kids that were right down, and they're just taking a bump out in the open.
Yeah.
Who does that?
There was a guy, like, we're a couple feet above the pit, and you're up against a rail, and you're clear as day. And before that, I saw a guy across the way do a bump, and none of them saw it, this big dude. And I was like, damn, you're not even gonna turn around. I just saw that clear as day. And there's a guy right next to me. Like, they're not going to let that fly.
Yeah, and they were watching it like hawks.
Yeah, and then I watched the black security guy watch this kid pull out his bag and, like, put his spoon in, and then they shined him.
Yeah.
And then the girl was, like, facing him and was...
Deer in headlights, just, like...
And he just, like, was like, and, like, playing it cool, and then... The security guy sent this chick over there, but she didn't do anything about it.
No,
like,
so then they sent another person over there.
Yeah, and they
took him out. Yeah.
So I wonder what they told him.
They probably made him leave. To be honest, they probably made him leave because if they see you knowingly doing something, they're gonna make you leave, or if you don't leave, they're gonna call the cops.
Yeah.
Because it's a liability on them if something happens.
Yeah.
Because you're doing drugs.
Yeah.
And they've seen you do the drugs. It's not like they're aware that people are going to do drugs, but they have to do everything to make sure that, like, knowingly that that's not being done, like, out in the open or whatnot.
It just cracks me up. Yeah, no, that makes sense because, I mean, you're being an idiot. Like, what makes you think, like, this is a sanctuary for drug use? It's not. Like, there's still laws in place. Like, you have to be, if you want to be, you got to be sneaky. Like, I could literally stand there and do it. Like, you've seen me. Like, I can literally stand there and it'll, like, you won't even notice.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like, oh, it's kind of open, I'm going to turn around and, like, face someone or.
Yeah. Well, it's not only that. It's like, if you should probably be smarter. Like, they have little things that you can put it in.
It looks like a vape.
Yeah, that you could literally just be like a vape.
They're speed bumps, right? Or something.
Yeah. They had, like, those people when we went to Pretty Lights.
Yeah.
And I told you out on the tubes.
Yeah.
And it literally looks like you're passing a vape around.
Yeah. And then it reminded me of just now at Apocalypse when the second night when we were sitting in the back, these two younger Asian guys got up and then they were like, all right, we're in, like, now's the time we can do some drugs. And as soon as they pull it out, a trash man guy, an old trash guy going through picking up trash was like, nope, not gonna happen. And they were like, oh shit. And then he, like, just kept walking.
Yeah, because he was fucking with them.
Yeah, but he was like warning them, like, you didn't even look around. Like, I'm not a cop, but I'm working, and, like, you're doing that clear as day in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, no.
It's because I think it's because the festivals and the shows and stuff have become so popular compared to like 10 years ago. Now it's such a common thing that now it's like, oh, if I'm in that, like this is like an acceptable extracurricular thing to do there, that I'm not going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to, what are they going to do to me? Like, that's the mentality. What are they going to do to me?
Yeah.
Like, you could still get in trouble. But, like, the thing is, too, because I feel like they were cracking down more than what they normally do and keeping an eye out, because it was an 18 and over show. And if something happened to some kid, because the older you are, the more likely you are to have self control and to know your limit. But when you're 18, you don't have the friends to tell you, hey, you've had enough. You don't have that self control to know your limit, if you've even ever found your limit. And so the liability that it puts on them with having an 18 and over show, and if one of those kids decided to do too much and then overdosed in that crowd, that could prevent them from being able to have that type of show there, because why take the risk?
Yeah.
You know, so then it takes away the opportunity of having an 18 and over, and then those 18-year-olds don't get to experience that, don't get to have that fun. Like those shows especially, like I I am glad that I carry Narcan on me, for the reason that those kids, they don't know. Like, they don't know when to stop.
That's true.
They're just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I gotta get fucked up. I mean, I remember being 18. Being 18, it was like, oh yeah, my goal, get fucked up.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't want to get fucked up. I want to be able to enjoy my time, but that's because I've like grown and matured and went through that and did the whole phase of let's get fucked up.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen a lot of people, like when I was growing up, going through it. I mean, you either you learn your lesson from getting too fucked up, or
Yeah.
you don't learn your lesson and you continue down that path, and usually you die.
Yeah.
Like, I've had so many friends die.
Yeah.
So it's hopefully, yeah, that night, it's 18 and plus. The security's like, if it's, like you're saying, to just keep people safe, then it makes sense. Obviously, that one kid, he looked like he looked young, but he looked like a veteran, or he'd been doing, at least he had like a big Grizz jersey. It looks like but he clearly wasn't smart enough to just turn around.
Yeah.
He was so fixated by his like bitch like wanting drugs from him, and it was crazy to me. But
Yeah.
because I feel like my older friends maybe, or I just was not stupid and was just, if I'm gonna do drugs at a show, I'm gonna be discreet, or if I'm gonna drink at a show, I'm gonna be discreet, if under 21. Like, cause I went to festivals before I was 21 for years.
Yeah, but you probably had people around you.
Yeah, I had older people around me.
Yeah, exactly. See,
Yeah.
you had older people. 18-year-olds don't typically have that.
Yeah.
They're typically surrounded by other 18-year-olds who haven't learned yet what taking too much causes, and whether it be you yourself overdo it and you end up needing medical attention, or like me, like taking too much and being like, oh fuck, I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
Or you have someone close to you that does too much, and then you have to watch that. Mm-hmm. And you watch them die, or you watch them come close to dying.
Yeah.
That's an eye-opener too. Like, for me, that was the biggest eye-opener of like, I need to know where my limit is, because I don't want to be... I knew how it felt watching my friend do that. Friends, because multiple people I've experienced where they overdo it, and then I'm the one that has to be the adult in that moment and make sure that they're okay. And I don't want to ever have to put that on someone else.
Yeah, I agree. I always felt like I don't trust people to I didn't trust people to have my best interest, so I needed to make sure that I had my best interest, and like I can experiment with these things, but also I'd have a checklist of like, okay, like when I'd be getting a little too high, I'd be like, okay, am I breathing? And I
Yeah.
pulse. Like,
Yeah. Well, I
am I
mean,
hydrated? Like, all these things. Like,
how
what
many
am I
times have
feeling?
you walked past and someone's in the need of help and everyone just is walking past them? Look at same that guy that busted his head open when you guys were standing there. And how many people walked by and didn't do anything?
Yeah,
You
people
know,
saw it.
what happens if one of those times that like you partake in something and then it's either laced or you do too much and then everyone's just watching you. No one's doing anything.
Yeah.
That shit's terrifying.
Yeah, that's another thing with, okay, it's an 18 plus show. These kids could be getting stuff in the show, and then they're trying to do it in the show. And so they could be trying to prevent the fact that, oh, you're doing fucking laced drugs.
Yeah, because how many of them know to test their drugs?
Yeah.
What kind of education has been done for these new kids coming into, the scene and being able to go to the shows and go to festivals? What kind of education is there? There's not like there is education out there, but it's not like it's being presented to them. It's like they're, you know, the problem is that the laws that were put in place a long time ago because of certain festivals in the past, and like it was like the late 80s early 90s, that there ended up being laws put in place to where there can't be any education at these, because then you're condoning the use of substances within that space. But then you have things like end overdose and bunk police.
Mm-hmm.
Bunk police has to sneak in to be able to get in, and they provide testing and they provide education. And how many people does that save? And how many people does that educate? Because if you educate that one person and then that one person goes and does the same thing, then you're actually doing it. But it's a lack of education on that for these young kids.
Yeah.
And then you see them fucked up. I mean, and that's like the most annoying thing when we're at a show or a festival, and you're like, where are your friends? Who let you get to this point?
A kid just comes stumbling through and then is like, huh, like, and then it's just like, whoa, dude, what's going on with you? Like, it's like you did not come here with the right intentions.
Yeah, it's definitely very This is the first time I think we've went to an 18 and over show completely sober, because we haven't gone to an 18 and over show in a while.
Uh-huh.
And experiencing that sober was a real test of patience as well as a show in itself, because I'm watching everyone around and I'm seeing how everyone is acting, and it's just like,
yeah, because
it's just so interesting. It's like a human experiment type thing.
Yeah, because we had pretty good energy that night,
yeah.
And we were dancing a lot and just having a good time. And I know, I was thinking, is it usually like this up here? Because we have never been up there at a show.
We've never been at that spot. We're typically in the middle, in the gunk of it all, which now knowing that it's not that bad right there.
Just show up early.
We're going to show up early and although I do think next time we need to be on the other side by the bathrooms.
Yeah, that's smarter.
But it was so much better there. And when I walked to the bathrooms because I didn't know that walkway was behind. So I went through the crowd. And that crowd was so thick in there that I was like, I am so glad we are where we are. Because even though those kids were obnoxious, we still had plenty of space.
Well, yeah, being able to have that railing in front of us, we were able to, like, decide, okay. And people weren't really up against me, behind me. There was kind of like some older people right behind me.
The older people tucked around the edges, if you noticed.
Yeah.
I looked around and I could see it was like older people around the edges and then up around the top, and then all the young people in the middle.
Yeah.
Like the young people were smushed in. The older people all had space. Because we know what's up.
Yeah, it's so cool to go to shows and just people watch and watch how society.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lasers for Barely Alive were very underwhelming.
Yeah, you told me that they were going to be 360.
Yeah, I saw.
And they were this side and this side. They were just going like this.
Yeah.
But they when you say 360, I'm imagining there's lasers going all the way around. So I'm
Me
like
too.
waiting and
Me too.
waiting, and I'm like, are there lasers that are gonna go this way? No. Like that's a lie. False advertisement. That's not 360, dude.
Yeah.
That's two ways.
They were hyping it up online.
Yeah.
They're like Overdrive tour, 360 lasers, and then I'm like, what the fuck? And the guy, whoever their lighting guy is, like, he doesn't even know what to do with the lasers. They weren't even
No.
on during the right. Like, I was taking videos, and I'm like, this is when lasers should be on.
Yeah. It was very not in sync with when you felt like it should be.
Yeah.
It would be like for a brief moment and then it would stop and you're like, this is the point when you should have them. Not these other times.
It was. I mean, yeah, we were at Barely Alive for.
Well, yeah. I mean,
half an hour.
yeah.
Almost.
I mean, I had class in the morning.
We were all ready. We were both
ready
on
to
board
go.
to not stay for Barely Alive.
Yeah.
Really.
I saw Hairitage. That's what I wanted. He's a tall dude.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, Barely Alive had the same shoes on, it looked like. And he was also tall. Is Barely Alive's identity out on the web? Is it public?
I don't
Do you
have
have
my
your phone?
phone.
I don't have my phone either. That'll be something we need to look into.
Yeah.
He was also tall.
Yeah, he's wearing a helmet.
No, you could tell by his body, like, how tall he was.
Yeah. No, and that makes you think, do artists... Would an artist who's not popping off as much, but has good music, has good sets, do they rebrand with a helmet on? Like, is Richard Finger some really good artists that were, like, not getting where they wanted to be, so they're like, all right, let's rebrand, and now they're, like, huge.
Unless they're like, I want to be able to play this music as this guy, and this music as this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
Yeah, like...
Sudden Death in the Void. They're two... It's the same guy, but they're two separate...
genres.
Like, they're similar, but you can tell when it's a Void set. Okay. And he also wears his skull on his Void sets.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then Wooly and Stumpy. Wooly is dubstep, Stumpy is house. So, two different artists, but he plays the different genres within those names.
Yeah.
So, maybe they wanted to switch it up, and maybe they were nervous. They didn't want the judgment, because then if it didn't go well, they couldn't be like, hey man, your side project failed. But, I don't know, there's a lot of Barely Alive fans. So who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't really get it. And his merch was weak.
Really? I like the shirt.
Yeah, but like
I like
you would
the
think
color.
you'd have more merch.
90s.
Like more he had it. I saw older jerseys people were wearing that were like jazz cups.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like those those water cups with
yeah.
like the blue and purple kind of.
Yeah, like a 90s style.
And then they were. But no, they didn't have much. And you think you would have, unless they're like low or towards the end of tour, but it's like Enzo they make so much
shit ton.
And it's like, why not? Like, why not be going on tour with tons of different merch? Like,
and they only had Barely Alive.
Yeah.
I would have loved some Hairitage merch.
Yeah, why aren't
It's okay.
It's interesting.
It's not meant to be. Not meant to be.
Because I feel like that's a whole part of it is your brand, and I just love the artists that do the merch really well.
Yeah.
And have a variety.
Well, because the merch, when they do it well, it is another form of their artistry. Because their artistry is coming through in the music that they make. Their artistry is coming through in the production that they create with their team, and also with their like visuals, because they have a play in that too. Yeah, they have a VJ, but they they also have a say in that. So there's a taste of their artistry coming out and all these different aspects. And like Enzo, I think like why we love his merch so much is you get a taste of his artistry in his merch as well. Like, so he's this expansive, expanded consciousness, this awareness that he's bringing, and this like this aid in the path to like enlightenment, kind of, if you really are like looking into the way his outlook on things and what his music really means and what his like message is. And then you look at his artistry and you see like the dragonfly. There's a ton of significance within the dragonfly. And then, you know, like the shirt I just got, the Taurus field, like you're literally looking at like the universal life force that he's like putting into this art.
But do you think he's doing all that art designing on his own?
I'm not saying that he's doing it on his oon,
but
I'm saying like that his vision,
yeah, okay,
his artistry has a play in it. Without him,
yeah,
like it's a taste of him in it. Like, yes, yeah. Obviously, if he's creating all of that, then that's really cool. But he has a team.
Yeah.
And so him and his team together are coming together based off what he envisions.
Yeah. Well, because I've heard Jenga, he says like a lot of his merch is just like stuff he draws and stuff, and he's got cool merch.
Some artists, yeah. I mean, look at Torbjorn. He said his wife helps him.
Yeah.
His wife creates his merch.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she still probably feeds off of what his artistry is.
Yeah.
To be able to produce that. And because if you're a good team, you're going to produce some cool shit. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference of like an artist, like, because with glass blowing, there's the gaffer, but you're working with a whole team of people, like in traditional glass blowing, to make this finished piece.
Yeah.
But the gaffer is the one with the vision.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. Like, just because you're not physically, like, doing it, doesn't mean that you're not the artist.
No. It's your energy is still in it, though.
Yeah.
Which, that's why, you know, look at Boogie T. He's got some cool merch.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely some of his artistry coming through in that.
Yeah.
What is that, like your pashmina that you got at Red Rocks?
Yeah.
Or it's
like cartoon.
Yeah,
it's like writing. He probably, I could see, I don't know if he's like a big artist, but, you know, I could see him just being like, oh, this is my idea. Or
he envisions it and then someone draws it for him. Yeah, maybe.
Or someone just like, or you do have such a good team and you're not that big of an artsy person that they are like on your same wavelength, and then they're like, this says you.
Yeah.
And they make a pashmina like that where he's on a Harley riding through.
But then you have then you take like Excision and you look at his merch, and all his merch is pretty much the same. But when you look at his design of like his sets and how he puts on a show, his artistry shows through that way with his team in a way that's like,
yeah, same with Enzo, same with...
Yeah. We're seeing Grammatic with Lumasi for a daytime show on the beach.
Day after my birthday.
Yeah.
That's a birthday gift right there.
Yeah.
Because...
That's going to be
What
fun.
are the odds that Grammatic is in SoCal?
Yeah.
Right after my birthday.
And a daytime.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. We can drive down to San Diego and come back in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
But yeah, it was nice to go to an OC show. We're getting more bass shows in OC, but mostly at the nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we can get venues to just have more good bass artists come through.
Mm-hmm.
With just, you know, this is why I need to learn more about promoting, because I feel like we could, you know, get some good artists out here and actually fill the rooms up.
Maybe that's something you can put out. Maybe that's something you could put out into the universe.
Yeah.
You know, you could maybe reach out, or if anyone out there knows where to guide you, maybe they could message you or comment or something, you know, like, hey, this is how you do this, or, you know, like you just gotta like ask questions and be like, you just kind of put it out there
Yeah,
that that's where you want it to go. But
absolutely.
do you want to close it out?
Yeah. I gotta pee, so we are wrapping it up. Thank you for watching, listening. Please support us. Go buy some merch. Rep our merch for After the Afters podcast. You can go get that at groundscorz.myshopify.com. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Watch us on YouTube. We're posting content daily. So, yeah, stick along for the ride.